Hello, Levitical Kingdom Privateers. On September the 12th and 13th, we are hosting the first annual Holy Nation of the Ecclesia Conference. The theme is Threshold Covenant, with great worship brought to us by the Woodcock Singers, a great MC known as Plain Flyer 21, speakers like Dr. Mike Spalding, Jim Odell, Randy Conway, C2K Rick, and our keynote speaker, the world-renowned Vicky Joy Anderson. And don't miss a very special and world-altering Friday night event that will equip you for what is coming. Admission is free for our naturalized families and very affordable for our guests. Head over to c2kreport.com and scroll down on the homepage to find our link to purchase tickets for your friends and family. And remember, it's all about the blood.
Mr. President, thank you for being made of steel and such a brave defender of democracy and human rights. And the entire American Jewish community is very proud of all the courage and bravery you've shown. God bless you always, Mr. President Zelensky.
Welcome to Privateers Volley. I'm Rick Hidalgo, your host. Defenders of democracy. You know, it came to me recently when I was thinking about democracy. Democracy is not even, it's actually a foreign governance to the one that we established here in the United States. There's nothing about us that's democratic. We have what's called a republic, and that republic is governed by a constitution, and it's mandated by a Declaration of Independence. So when you look at it, and you keep hearing people talk about democracy. And here you see my favorite rabbi, Shmuley, literally going to Zelensky. You notice how he hops up and he shows up in every period of the world. I mean, he's been with the Pope at the Vatican. He's been with Zelensky in the Ukraine. He just took a tour of Europe where he met with all kinds of high identity people over there. Yet he trashes Macron from France because France, of course, is siding with the torture that they've been applying on the Palestinians. So so France is kind of siding with Palestinians in some way to try to stop all of the genocide going on over there. So of course he's against Macron now, although he was with Macron before. Notice. These people always talk about democracy. They always talk about defending democracy. Do you know why that is? Democracy is the only form of governance that allows a voice that is completely antithetical to life. When Talmudists have a voice and get to influence a people. It's just like I talked about on another one of these privateer volleys before. They infiltrate with Islam, they infiltrate with the Talmud, they come in and they bring in these antithetical law forms to our republic. They come in and they naturalize and they assimilate themselves, and all of a sudden now they have a voice. Now they can say whatever they want to say, and they can say it out loud, and they can actually get people to come, to their support. I've also done some series on what it used to be like in the 1800s, before all this stuff began to happen, how there were actually laws that were established that were based on God's law. You could not defame Jesus Christ in public. There was actually laws that would not allow you to defame him in public. In other words, it actually limited free speech. And people will explode hearing me say that. You're limiting free speech? You must be a communist or a Nazi. No. That's called liberty. Liberty has limitations. You can't kill your neighbor. You can't steal your neighbor's wife. You can't steal your neighbor's cow. You can't go over and destroy his property. just because you feel like it. Democracy is kind of a, hey, I can say what I want, when I want, however I want, and I don't really care how it comes out or sounds. So, makes all the sense in the world that Talmudists are such defenders of democracy, because Talmudists spout stuff that's so antithetical to God, so antithetical to the human experience, so antithetical to the whole purpose that we're here as ambassadors and ministers of reconciliation, overcomers, priests. We're all those things in Christ. And here's this guy, defender of democracy. Thank you, Mr. Zelensky, so much for being a defender of, you know what? Hush. Silence. Okay? We are tired of hearing the rhetoric surrounding every one of these Talmudists that are just so hopeful of the destruction of America. Hopeful of the destruction of America, because then their Messiah can come. What are we doing? Why do we allow this? And this schmoozy schmooly. This has been another Privateer's Volley. If you didn't like it, I'm sorry, I can't bat 1,000. But everything we do here at Privateer's Volley, it's all about the blood. See you next time.